Pop quiz. What's green and annoying? No, not the Hulk. It's this guy. Hello, fellow Novians. My name is Rob, and welcome to another episode in our ship review series. Today, we're taking a look at the Nyx Warp Shuttle from Chimera Shipworks Showroom, which you can visit in VR by going to Chimera Shipworks Showroom, or you can visit in person, and I will post the coordinates in the description. So let's get to it. Let's take a look at the outside here. We've got adjusters, looks like mediums. We've got space brakes, looks like mediums as well. We've got some space engines, which are uncommon military space engines, mediums. We got some wings on the bottom, which are smalls, and we got some medium wings on the top here, and one medium wing for a adjuster, stabilizer, whatever you want to call it, vertical wing. But it functions the same as a vertical stabilizer. You just have a little bit less yaw, I guess, or whatever the statistics are on those. Yes, an adjuster would be better, but medium adjusters are freaking huge and they look ugly. So I just used a wing. So what else we got? We've got advanced military atmospheric engines, 2 mediums and 2 smalls, and we've got the warp core kind of sticking out of the back here with this kind of interesting look on the ship. The entire ship is made out of glossy carbon fiber. We got some lumiglass here, and we got some wood accents inside. So it's made out of light material, and you might say, hey, Rob, why didn't you just make the ship out of something like lithium? Well, I will tell you, I actually did, and I saw no reduction in warp cell costs between the two, and lithium is ugly and expensive. So we went back to carbon fiber, and I kind of like the look better. And then to do a little bit more weight reduction, we cut out like the voxels on every other slat here, so you can see down inside. And it also took out a little bit of voxels for weight reduction, and we've got the brakes in there as well. So we've got the medium air brakes on both sides, just kind of back in there. So yeah, if you break something, you can still fix it through the slats. And if we go ahead and jump inside here, we've got 2 encampment chairs at the back. We've got the warp core visible. The regular core, dynamic core, is right there, and the Atmo radar, so you don't slam into towers. 2 screens for just effect or whatever. I guess if you wanted to jump down here and like turn on damage, just to see what's going on. We've got our Atmo tank over here, which is a small, and we've got our space tank over here, which is also a small. And back here in the bottom is an extra small container. This ship is not designed for carrying anything other than passengers. And hopefully those passengers are not carrying Cat 3 in their inventories. So in the storage container, you can see we've got about 37 warp cells. We could probably get a few more if I took this gold scrap out. I'm not exactly sure why that's in there, actually. Get out of here. But yeah, 37 warp cells is more than enough to get all over the system. It'll do 2 warp cells to Madis and 10 warp cells to Ion, and mostly 8 warp cells to the other planets coming from Alioth. And you pretty much have to come from Alioth anyway because of the stupid warp range limitation. So anyway, we've got another board up front here, which I usually have on fuel, so we can check that out. And we've got the res node here in case you get removed from the ship. You can always res back on it. Though if you crash it, it'll probably break the res node first. So let's go ahead and hop in the pilot seat here. And this is kind of the second take here because I did not realize that somebody had changed this to mouse control and I slammed into the building. So that's a PSA for everyone. Always check to make sure that your current control scheme is set to the way that you pilot so you don't have any mishaps. Get over here. All right, so we'll go ahead. I actually like the view from in here. You can kind of get a 360 view around the ship, except for, well, 180. 180, not 360. Your head doesn't turn all the way around, otherwise you'd be like the thing from whatever that movie is with the pea soup and the head spinning around. Poltergeist, that's it. All right, she hovers nicely. She's only got two vertical boosters on the bottom, which is more than enough, and also allows some maneuverability in space. And let's throttle up. And we can pretty much just do like a 70 or 80 degree incline and go straight up. And you can see she does not lose any speed going almost vertical from the planet. Oh, I forgot to close the top door. I should fix that. I should just relink the seat to the hatch and then rerun the auto configure, but I haven't. I'm lazy. What do you want? Oh, somebody has a ship hovering there. Well, that's a good thing I didn't hit that. That would make an interesting video, right? People are probably like, oh man, I wish he'd hit it. Bloop, bloop. As you can see, the no problem with the transition between Atmo and space, between the Atmo engines and the space engines going at almost a 90 degree angle straight up. So she gets there, and if we look at our system map, if I was going to Ion, set warp point, you can see down here it's 8 cells to Ion. So that's pretty good. And if I want to go to like Lobos, it's also 8 cells. So I think Sinan, which would be the furthest away. Oh no, actually Sinan's 7 cells. Just so you know, people, this map is more of an artistic interpretation of the solar system. So it's not quite accurate, as I found out, because apparently Madis is not the same distance from Alioth as Thades is, or Thades is not the same distance. Like, you can't warp to Ion from Thades, but you can from Alioth, because Thades is actually like higher or something. Anyway, it's confusing. Dual.sh, if you go there, you can find a 3D map of the system that is good. Oof. You can see we're already at like 91, almost 100,000 kilometers away from the planet. So let's go ahead and brake. Brakes seem to be working perfectly well. I'm going to add a little bit of thruster boost here to slow us down faster. Foop. All right, now we're going back down. Let's set to Chimera. So anyway, you can warp as soon as you get past that warp point, and boop, you're over there. You land on the planet, do your thing, boop, come back. So if you're going to Madis just to pick up a person or drop a person off to do some mining or something like that, it would only be 2 warp cells and then another 2 warp cells to come back. It's not that expensive, even though warp cells are kind of increasing in price. Exponentially, everything is increasing in price due to inflation, and I think that has a lot to do with people not being able to mine currently. And I've been noticing a lot more stuttering in the game than I used to when things are trying to load, and I think it's because of too many database calls. The database is just going I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Please stop asking me things. All right, so we'll skip ahead a little bit to come back in. I don't want to make you watch me fly all the way back into the atmosphere here. We're at 97 kilometers out, so let's fast forward. All right, I think we're pretty close enough to come back to this here. As you see, my character's just hanging out there in the front with the alien green thing going on behind him. At least it's not in my peripheral vision when I'm flying, which is great. And the hatch is still open. So we're all just sucked out into space, even though, you know, there's other things going on. Whoa. Going a little fast. Let's slow down to just under 13, because this thing's burn speed is 1,300 kilometers per hour. And we're pretty much coming in straight ballistic, no engines or anything else. I'm just falling with the gravity. And of course, yeah, my character would probably be burnt to a crisp. There is no glass on the front of this. So as soon as we hit the burn limit of the atmosphere, it'd just be toasty toaster strudel, I guess. We're falling. Let me turn on the little thing there. Stall warning. Are we going to be okay? And we're fine. Don't try that with a cargo ship, because it will not be happy with you. Well, I mean, some of our ships, Chimera ships, will do that if they're empty. I can do that with the Athos when it's empty, just because it has so many wings. So it's fine. But if I came in with even like 2 kilotons of cargo and tried that, I'd be in the ground. All right, so we had a nice re-entry. You can pretty much get right over your target and just hit G and do the brake landing, because there's not much weight to this, and it does just fine with the 2 vertical boosters on the bottom there. And otherwise, that's about it for this review. If you have a ship that you would like me to review or check out, or anything, I mean, even if it's just a building or something that you're selling, I would love to do a review on it. Just hit me up. You can contact me on Discord at Floridaskye. I am on the DU official Discord, so just find me on there, click my name, and you can send me a direct message, and we can set something up about getting your ship reviewed. Because I don't want to just do Chimera stuff. When we had a Gotchar ship a couple episodes ago, or the last episode, I guess. So let's get some variety. I want to take a look at some other people's ships and fly them and see how they do. Otherwise, as always, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. And you can see how choppy this is, man. If you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. And, don't forget to hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a video up. That said, I will see you out there in space. Stay safe, my friends.